All right. Yo, what is good, everybody? Had a couple technical difficulties. It's been a minute since I streamed. Hopefully everybody's doing well. You guys cannot see a game in the background. Maybe because I got to click on it. Hey, there we go. There we go. I think we're good. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right. Let me know if the audio levels are good. I can never... Also, let me know if you guys can hear a fan in the background because it is hot as crap here in Michigan in the USA. We're under a heat advisory until like Tuesday. So if you guys hear a fan, I'll turn it down a little bit. But dude, it's going to get... I don't have any air conditioning in my game room, and I have a computer and 2 monitors going, and it's going to get hot. So tonight, we're going to play a little bit of Ghost mode in Wildlands. I'm going to try to get it all set up for the next stream so we can play some Ghost Recon Breakpoint and do some Spartan mod, roleplay kind of stuff like G does. That'll kind of be the goal for the next live stream. Maybe do it with G. That would be pretty cool. Can see and hear you just fine. I appreciate it, Jason. Yeah, trying to get everything all set up. Hopefully we get some people tuning by. I know it's Saturday night. It's summer. I was going to try to stream last night, but I was extremely exhausted from work. Oh my gosh, that's bright. That is bright. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll play some Ghost mode. I'm going to talk with you guys about the future of the Ghost Recon franchise, and I don't know, we'll see. I know there is a big division in the Ghost Recon community right now with why does that look so bright? Let me graphics, not graphics, video brightness. Yeah, I think that'll work. There's a big division in the Ghost Recon community right now with all of the leaks and rumors going around with the future installment of the Ghost Recon franchise possibly being first person. If you guys haven't heard about those leaks, spoiler alert, there was some leaks that came out from Tom Henderson stating that the next Ghost Recon was going to be first person. There we go. I had to minimize some stuff. That way, there's a couple other things I want to do here. Sharpening. Is that what I want to do? Ooh, that made it worse. Borderless? No, we want full screen. Hopefully that looks all right. Ubisoft is a garbage company. The Chinese buying out half is just... so, speaking on that, they kind of like partnered up to... I think it was like the Division.
I asked the rebels to send over a vehicle for us.
Assassin's Creed, and I think there was one other one. Ghost Recon was not a part of that. So Ghost Recon is still its own, what do you call it, like entity inside of Ubisoft. It has nothing to do with Tencent. So
good to go.
I'm not opposed to first-person view, but should be optional. Agreed. I mean, don't get me wrong. Hey, I play first-person games. Also, let me know if the audio is good, guys, because I don't want the helicopter like drowning out me or me drowning out the helicopter. I kind of want to be balanced. I play first-person games. I play Escape from Tarkov. I play Call of Duty from time to time. I play other first-person games. I just don't want my Ghost Recon game to be first-person. At least exclusive first-person. If we can get it so that there's third and first, you can choose. That's kind of the logical next step for the franchise. Agreed. Breakpoint mechanics with Wildlands liveliness would be good. Yes. So that's what a lot of people have said. Like, If you took the best things from Wildlands, like the world, the living world,
Bowman, this is Nomad.
the color palette, everything like that, and then you mashed it with all of the gameplay mechanics, so like the movement, the animations, the gunplay, all that kind of stuff with Breakpoint, you're printing money.
We're talking hundreds of individuals gone without a trace.
If the next Ghost Recon is to be first person, then I won't be buying it. If I want to play COD, I'll play a COD game. I like third person. Yeah.
Find out what happened to these people. Their families need a place to start looking. Then make sure this shit stops happening.
Understood.
I agree, man. I agree. It's been a minute since I played Ghost Recon, so maybe bear with me a little bit, guys.
We got tangos. Danger close.
This is my ghost mode character. My HUD hotkey is not working, so we're going in with no HUD.
I got a narco over here. There.
See, that was one of the
container.
other things too, is I made the video that I put up last time talking about what like the core Ghost Recon audience wants from a Ghost Recon game. I.e. Wildlands 2 is kind of what the core Ghost Recon community wants. There was a few Reddit posts that went up about that were like, you know, what is the core Ghost Recon audience and all this stuff.
Got another tango.
Yeah, see, my controls.
We got a
I've been
Sicario.
playing other
Where you got
games.
'em?
My controls are a little bit wonky. Mad Mountain, yo, what's good, bro? Sorry I didn't stream last night, man. I told you guys in G's stream that I was going to try to stream last night, and it just didn't work out to stream last night, so here we are. I don't mind first person. I've been playing Armor Reforger a lot with my friends, and my friends only play third person while I play first person. Having the option. That's the key point, having the option. Like I said, I don't have anything against first person. I don't have anything against third person. Having the option would be great. It'd kind of be, like I said, the next logical step.
Hang back. That tango might spot you.
Oh, that guy.
I see a second target.
Yeah, why can't we choose? You know, like for me, like a game like Wildlands, if there were tighter quarters inside of buildings and whatnot, I would most likely be third person outside. But anytime I had to get into CQC or whatever,
Put him out.
Sticking close to the
instantly
sandbag and
first person. You know, like okay, yeah. For those of you guys who don't know, I have the first person mod set up in Breakpoint. Yeah, the option to choose is huge. This other dude went. Go in the mess hall. Oh, not in the mess hall. Glad to see you back. Yo, dude, yeah, it's... Made a couple videos recently, trying to do a few more live streams and whatnot. Jesus. There's just not a lot to talk about right now with the Ghost Recon franchise.
The target carrying submachine guns. Hey,
With
found
the,
a Santa Blanca medal.
With
This
the
will make a nice
developers
souvenir.
being in like a comms
Spotting another
blackout.
Tango.
Eyes on a narco with a submachine gun
I don't see him.
near the ruins.
Hard to tell what could possibly be going on with the Ghost Recon franchise. Thought I heard somebody. It's pretty much everybody up here. Hi, NC. Does that mean you're from North Carolina? Giving the player choice is monumental in any game's success. Agreed. Especially with like the The update that they came out with,
Sniper up in the tower.
the Ghost
We got a
experience that
Sicario.
allowed you to
There,
really customize your
next to the
game and
mortar.
everything like that. That was huge for allowing people to play how they wanted to play for Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Kind of a no-brainer that they would kind of do something like that moving forward. Like, why limit the game to one perspective? You know? But who am I? I'm not a developer. Oh, what's up, dude?
Relax.
Maybe I should be a developer. Maybe they should hire me. There's something there. Me actively annoyed seeing this crispy smooth Wildlands gameplay while my PS5 suffers from pain. Yeah. They really should have did like a 60 FPS update for next gen.
We're cool.
That would have been, dude, that would have been huge. I heard there were talks possibly about doing that. Obviously, nothing came to fruition with a 60 FPS update. To be honest, at this point, if the next game doesn't do well, I wonder if they would be opposed to, oh boy. I don't know if that's gonna kill me. I wonder if they would be opposed to doing like a Wildlands remaster or a Advanced Warfighter Future Soldier like remaster or something. That'd be interesting to see what they would do with that. Wildlands is better than Breakpoint. I can't wait until they make a sequel for this game. Dude, Wildlands 2 would just literally print money. I've been posting my videos in your Discord, some stuff you might like. I don't see you in there much. Yeah, dude, I'm not on my Discord. I made that thing back when I was doing State of Decay 2, and like, yeah. I am non-existent on my own Discord. I still play Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter on Xbox compatibly with my Xbox Series X online campaign missions. Dude, those co-op campaign missions where they're just like kind of its own thing. Dude, those are so fun. Like the swamp airfield and all those are so fun. If anything, I think the missions in the next Ghost Recon need to be a longer, and if you want to start again, let you start again and not halfway through like they do in Breakpoint. What's your thoughts on bring back full spectrum support? Like, I don't know about that being in like a Ghost Recon game, like full air support. I know a lot of people want it. I know the other night we were talking in G's stream about
Sniper.
it would be
top of
cool
the
to like
tower.
it would be cool to have some sort of another Tom Clancy crossover in a Ghost Recon game. And I know Jay plays said something about the Hawks having a crossover with Hawks, which was a Ace Combat style game, Tom Clancy game. That would be kind of cool to have like the Hawks come in and do air support or something. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Heads up.
It would be kind of
presence.
niche because
I got a
not that
Sicario
many
with a
people
submachine
probably
gun
played Hawks.
Next to the checkpoint.
So we need a zombie mode? No, we do not need a zombie mode in a Ghost Recon game. There's plenty of other games out there that have zombies and stuff. We don't need it in a Tom Clancy Ghost Recon game. Or Diverse Rebel. Only one guard. Another
All
guy
right,
down
we're
there.
good.
Just spotted one with submachine guns.
See ya. Where are we? Oh, there was a medal up there. It's 3 skill points. Alright, let's go back up there and grab that mission intel. Where's my off-roader?
I asked Pacatari to send us a vehicle.
Jeez, why'd you put it way back down there? Or another, let's see, another update to Breakpoint. I don't know. Yeah, they're done with Breakpoint. Breakpoint is sunsetted. They are never going back to Breakpoint. To be honest, yeah, I can't. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
I'll drive.
I feel like at this point they couldn't really do anything with Breakpoint. That's, yeah, let's leave it at that. Shipping port sunset on Graw, lots of good men only a bit. I would love to see Ghost Recon using their full resources. Don't think it's been in existence since Graw. Oh, that's not
Taking
good.
a shot. Find some cover fast.
That is not what I wanted to do.
drunk.
Get in, get in, get in.
Hemos enviado refuerzos a su posición. Acaben con el enemigo.
I'm set. Let's go.
Light them up, boys. Let the zombies stay with COD. Yeah.
God damn it, the cartel sent reinforcements ready to fire.
Shit balls.
Oh no. Pick me up. I'm being dumb in ghost mode right now. This is not smart to play like this.
Fuck took you so long.
Sorry, we need to dip. Still got homie hanging out the roof. Oops, that was a
What the fuck are you
civilian.
doing? That was a civilian.
That was a civilian. I think we lost you with that. Let's go. Trying to read chat. Trying to get into the gunfights and stuff. That's Alright, what are your thoughts on limiting stealth and making Ghost Recon more of an aggressive type of game? I'm all for it. I feel like they've leaned way too into the Splinter Cell. There should be some aspect of stealth, but it's not realistic.
There's gotta be some intel. We
is
got
realistic.
tangos. Danger close.
But it's not super realistic to be able to like shoot your main weapon in a base without anybody hearing you. I feel like you should be able to orchestrate like a sync shot or something, but you're not going to be able to maintain stealth like all the way through a base. Enemies should hear suppressed weapons even if they're suppressed, you know. So I think some element of stealth needs to be maintained because there needs to be a way to play stealthy. But I would rather see them lean more in the direction of when you go into a base, you're stealth. You need to coordinate your shots, where you're going to take out who, all that stuff. But most likely after that first engagement, your stealth is going to be broken. So you better make it count. I kind of like that idea. More longer range gunfights. None of this just sneaking around 30 meters away. Nobody hears your guns. Like that needs to change. So just got back into Breakpoint immersive mode with limited HUD and Operation Motherland. So good, dude. Future Soldier had a couple of missions where airstrikes came in. Yeah, that's true. That's true. A big feature they must have is uniforms and camo need to impact gameplay. I would love to see it. They had it in Breakpoint with the optical camo. So when you activated the optical camo, like it actually changed how the enemies could see you. All they would have to do would be to code that so that certain camos worked better in certain like biomes. That's all they'd have to do. Like I said, I'm not a developer, but that's all it would really take to institute a camo system, kind of like Metal Gear Solid had. Let's see. Oh, please let me become the captain from OG Modern Warfare 2. That'd be a baller. OG Modern Warfare 2. Captain. So you had Captain Price. But then who was the Marine? Sergeant Foley? Everyone hit that like button. Let's motivate A Squad to do more live streams. Yeah, I would love to do more live streams, man. Would love to do more live streams, man. Wish I could do this as my job. But it does not pay enough to be my job.
Drone is airborne.
All right, this is gonna bug out a little bit, dude, because because they have the first-person mod. So. Ooh, there's a guy inside. Is he coming out too? That'd be nice.
Got a target carrying submachine guns.
Get back before they make you.
Hey, sniper on the roof.
Anybody in there? Clear. Yeah, I don't know. Gunsmith needs to be much better. I felt Breakpoint and Wildlands backslid from Future Soldier. I agree. Wildlands Gunsmith was better than Breakpoint, that's for sure. Breakpoint had the variant system at launch. You couldn't do pistol grips. You couldn't do a lot of things in Breakpoint at launch, and then they added it later. Breakpoint was just so many steps back from Wildlands, like it made no sense. Intel was up there. So that's the thing. They took so many steps back from Wildlands to Breakpoint, and then if they go FP only in the next game, talk about a huge step back. Like come on.
Got a reference here to a large cartel prison at a village called Rosario.
It's almost like the community doesn't know
Keep
best.
a lot of rebel
Like,
sympathizers there.
Even the sloppiest
Touchy
prisons keep
subject.
records.
Yeah, the warden's office might have intel.
What's your thoughts on
some of these
multiple
people who
smaller open
disappeared.
world maps?
Let's
So
check it out.
similar to like Sniper Elite has like smaller sandbox maps. They're pretty big. I feel like if they did a world like Wildlands, it would be fine. Wildlands is great. The map's huge,
We're good
but
to go.
it's not. I don't know. Breakpoint's map was just blah. It was too monotone. The biomes kind of all blended together. Like this game. Oh, I don't have the map. But like you have the salt flats up here in Kiwani. Then it kind of blends into the arid mountains and stuff of Media Luna, Romanzo, San Mateo, like where I'm at. Then you get over to like the lake and the jungle forest area of Tabacal and Agua Verde, over to the thick jungles in Espiritu Santo and Villa Verde. Caimanas has the jungles and stuff. Ataqua and Ocoro are kind of like a blend of everything. And then as you move south, it kind of gets into the arid, some of the arid mountains and the rolling hills and stuff in Pucara, Malca. Then it gets down in the right hand down here with these two. It's kind of more like an arid forest kind of thing. And then you also have like Monteoc, where it kind of blends from the like the arid mountains into the snow. Like this was done so well. And the story behind how they made the Wildlands map, for those of you guys that don't know, they started with one region in the engine, like built it in engine. They started with one region. So like the game was going to be broken up into like what you were saying with sandbox style maps. But they made a region and they're like, oh, the engine can handle it. Well, let's double it. So then they doubled it. The engine can handle it. They doubled it again, and they doubled it again, and doubled it again, and the engine was still stable in the game. And we got, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's like 23 provinces or something, the 17 provinces. All because like they started with one, and they're like, oh, the engine can handle it. Let's double it. And they doubled it, and they doubled it, and they doubled it, and this is what we got. And then they just filled it in with like all the missions and everything. So
We got back, guys.
that's the inside scoop story for those of you guys. That's not public knowledge. The one thing that Breakpoint did well was the optical camo. That was both fun to use and fun. Yeah, dude. And that's like I said, that all that was like when you activated it, it tweaked a variable so that you weren't seen. All they would have
Got
to
enemy
do,
activity nearby.
all they would have to do is set. So like for instance, in this area here, like I'm wearing multicam. So multicam should just be a base like 15%, 20%, no matter where you're at. Obviously the snow, it wouldn't work. But anywhere that's not snow, multicam is like a base camo pattern. But like for instance, in this region, if I use something a little bit more arid, I should blend in better with the environment. And all it would be sort of like tweaking a variable so that certain camos worked better in certain biomes. That's all they'd have to do. They did it with the optical camo. It's just tweaking variables.
Clear over here.
And I know there's some devs that know
This has
exactly
details in a
what
cartel
I'm talking
supply
about.
chopper, loaded and ready to roll. Sounds like something that would really lend the rebels a hand.
Because for those of you guys that don't know, Motherland, Operation Motherland was created by like 3 developers. And all it was the majority of Motherland was built off the premises of you do this thing, it changes a set of parameters
Hang on, I'll
and it
drive.
alters the world. So like for instance, when you took down the drone factory, All that did in game, like on the back end of the code, all it did was change a variable once you completed that set of missions that basically just set the drones to 0. That's all that was. It was just simple programming. Operation Motherland, the best update in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, really didn't have a lot of, like, it didn't take a lot to make. Which is why I was just, like, flabbergasted by the fact that we didn't get more. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to get behind on chat here. Let's see, Gunsmith needs to be much better. What is good for the community is not necessarily good for the bottom line. The problem is if your community doesn't buy it, it hurts the bottom line. So what's good for the community, if you make a game that the community wants, they'll buy it. If you make a game that has things that the community wants, they will also spend money on cosmetics. They will also spend money on other things in the game. You need to make a game that your core community wants. If you make a game, okay, hypothetically here, Call of Duty has a very specific player base. It's the arcade first-person shooter player base. If Call of Duty was like, nah, we're gonna make a third-person tactical shooter because we're gonna make a game not for our own player base. We're gonna make a game and we're gonna try to go after the Ghost Recon player base. We think going after the Ghost Recon player base is the play. Do you have any idea how pissed off the Call of Duty community would be if that were the case? So you need to make a game that really hits your core community first and bring in, like, for instance, we make a third-person open-world tactical shooter with all of the best elements from Wildlands and Breakpoint. All of the Ghost Recon community is going to buy that game. Okay? And then you bring in the ability to switch between first-person and third-person and have some really, really good core gunsmith features that allows you to really, really customize your gun so you can really see some really cool things in first-person. That's going to attract the Call of Duty player base. That's going to attract, like, the Escape from Tarkov player base that maybe they don't have a PC. They only have console, and they can't play Escape from Tarkov on console, but then they can play this new Ghost Recon game that has first-person, it has all these cool gunsmith elements. You bring in players from other fan bases because your game adds things from those other games, but it also keeps all of the core pillars of a Ghost Recon game to keep that core Ghost Recon player base. That is what needs to be done. And any dev that thinks otherwise doesn't know their community. You guys are gonna get me. You're getting me all fired up. You guys are getting me all fired up. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to go back to base because I don't know how this actually is gonna look on stream. It's gonna get kind of dark because I have a shader mod on and it makes it look really dark. There's an explosion up there. Let me turn the brightness back up a little bit. See if that'll. I think I had it on 45 before. That's a little bit better. Sorry to get off on a rant there, guys. I love the Wildlands map. I'm just thinking to make the next game more immersive in the Special Operations world, your mission can take you around the world. That would be a cool concept. That would be a cool concept, so I understand what you're saying. I heard they actually been to Bolivia too, so they made the map similar to what... Yes, they sent a lot of different photographers and stuff like that to Bolivia and tried to really recreate the world. So, COD tried it too by adding third-person multiplayer, and it didn't take it all. Yeah, but that's the thing. It didn't get rid of what... It didn't get rid of what made Call of Duty Call of Duty. It still had the first-person multiplayer. They just added the ability to play third-person if you wanted to. So anybody that, like, for instance, people that played Ghost Recon, I know a bunch of people from the Ghost Recon community that really enjoyed going over and playing Call of Duty in third-person. But if you still wanted to play Call of Duty the way you always did, you go play it in first-person. But by adding the third-person mode, they attracted other player bases to come and play their game. That's what I'm saying. You need to keep all of the core elements of Ghost Recon, the third person, the character customization, the gunsmith, all of those things, the third person open world tactical shooter, squad-based tactical shooter, squad controls, all that stuff. And then you need to bring in the ability to change to first person, really in-depth gunsmith, so that when you're in first person, you can really see all the ins and outs of the weapons. That will attract players from other games while retaining your entire Ghost Recon audience. See? That's what I'm saying, dude. Who wouldn't play? All right, let's throw this out there, okay? I'm a game developer. I'm creative director of the next Ghost Recon, okay? We have a Wildlands-inspired map. Maybe not South America, but something Wildlands-esque, where you have a number of different biomes that all kind of blend together and they feel grounded and they feel realistic. Similar system to this, how we have like the ratings, like the map, the province you start in is easy. As you branch out to other provinces, it starts to get harder. I personally like the way they laid out the story in this game. With Breakpoint, you literally went from one end of the island to the other end of the island to the other end of the island and did these random missions all over the damn place, and it didn't make any sense. In this, you had like 5 or 6 missions in each province that all led to an end goal of taking down the boss in that province before you move on to the next province. And then by getting skill points and kind of leveling up your ghost, it allows you to go to these other provinces that were harder and still survive. But if you wanted to go up to Kiwani at the start of the game with a really low level character, you could. It's going to be extremely difficult, but you could. This story layout, say we make a game, it has a Wildlands inspired map, a Wildlands inspired story arc with how this is all laid out with the bosses and stuff like that. And then we took all of the animations, the character movements and stuff like that, the gunplay, all of those from Breakpoint, mashed it into a game with a third-person, first-person toggle, more in-depth character customization than we've had in these 2 games, more weapon customization than we've seen in the last 2 games, and call it whatever. Call it Ghost Recon. Just Ghost Recon. No, nothing else. Call it Ghost Recon. Call it Ghost Recon Wildlands 2. Would you buy it? Anybody that's in chat right now, if I were the creative director and I showed you guys a trailer for that game that I just explained to you, how many of you would buy it? Like, raise your hand, put a 1 if you would buy it, put 2 if you wouldn't. Like, please, enlighten me here. And like I said, I am not a developer. I am a Ghost Recon YouTuber that, I'll be honest, I feel like I know what the community wants more than the developers do. Based on all the leaks, they're making a game that the community doesn't want.
Tell me where.
There, on the firing range.
Dude, I've played this game for over 1,000 hours and I've never seen an armadillo before. Yeah, see? Look at that. One, would buy. That's all I need to buy. Wish they'd make Wildlands 2. Any way that you can get Ubisoft to host a community poll again? Yeah, not gonna happen. I'm just saying, like... I don't think I have any extra sync shots. Okay, so I only have 2 sync shots.
Roger, let me get in position.
Spotted one with submachine guns.
Okay, so those 2 can get taken out by the sync shot guys. This means I'll have to drop these other 3.
Roger
Makes
that.
5.
Moving. They're on alert. I know we're here. Be careful.
All right, we're dipping.
Engaging tangos.
Yeah, it wasn't quite as dark. I see it was dark in that valley. It's not really that dark once you get up above where the sun is coming through. I said it before and I'll say it again. Wildlands 2, the cartel has fled to Brazil, Colombia, Salvador, Mexico, and the U.S. All the good stuff from Wildlands, atmospheric gameplay, etc. I would not be opposed if they leaned right off of the ending of Wildlands, where like El Sueño was captured and then eventually he escaped, and then he went back and formed another cartel, and then it has ties to the United States, and like deep state cover-up stuff is all involved and whatnot. That'd be cool.
swiping a helicopter to bring a day into focus.
Is this with mods? So technically I have 2 mods. So like this is normal Ghost Recon. You see, like this. You have first person, third person aiming, stuff like this. But with the click of a button, I can go to first person. So it has the first person mod, and then it allows you to have like first person. And then I have a reshade mod that makes the graphics look a lot more realistic, I guess you could say. So, but we are actually going to go back and we are going to redeploy at 6:30 in the morning. It might change it so that it's not raining, so we'll lose that vibe. But it's really hard for you guys to see on stream when it's dark outside in these games. So I don't want to make it so that you guys are staring at a black screen. I would probably buy Breakpoint 2 also, but be very disappointed. I think if they did it right, they could definitely do it right with like a Breakpoint 2. They just need to make it more like Wildlands. Let's see. That's an intel cache. Ooh. Go back into the space and try to get the intel for this region. I think having an actual armor system where the chest rig makes you faster but weaker and a plate carrier makes you stronger. Yes, so that would be like a gear management system. I've actually made a video on that. I would love to see a gear management and like a gear management system so that what you're wearing actually matters. Having the ability to customize your chest rigs with extra magazines or extra grenades, and actually what you customize on the chest rig actually has an effect on gameplay. I'm all for that. We don't have to have like an inventory management system like Tarkov or Arma or like DayZ or any of those kind of games. You could simply do it. Let's see, it's not in this game, but like, okay, you have a command wheel here. Say you push tab, you have an inventory wheel that has like magazines, grenades, kind of like Breakpoint does. Something like that. That's all you would need. You wouldn't need like a crazy inventory management system, but having a gear management system to which what you had on your character actually was what was usable, and then what you were wearing on your character actually had an impact on gameplay would be another huge step forward for the franchise. So, no gear mod? No, there is no gear mods really for Wildlands. So this is all things that are in the game on my character. I don't know if you're specifically talking about a specific piece of gear. I know the backpack, it's the Sapper pack, and the only way to get the Sapper pack was to get like the Ultimate Edition of the game back when it came out, because it came with the Sapper pack. Other than that, like the chest rigs, the NVGs are things that you get out of crates. There's nothing on my character that's a mod. This is all things that are in the game. Would like to see how you run a mission impacts the world for a time period, like if stealth is... Yes, I've even mentioned this to the devs before, like through, I think it was Discord or whatever. But like, for instance, if right now we're in this region, if I go in and go guns blazing, the whole region should be like, oh crap, there's somebody here. So if you stayed in the region, should have some sort of like a attention system or whatever, so that while you're here, all the bases are on alert, or they increase patrols or something like that until things calm down. I think that would be a cool way to impact gameplay, so that what you did had an effect on what you were doing in the world. More dynamic world elements. Another next logical step for the franchise. End of the game, the rebels turn on you. Maybe more missions or story on that would be cool. You fight rebels for one mission, I think. Yeah, the last one, they turn on you. A first-person Ghost Recon game would suck ass. Who's really going to spend $60 on a story-based FP game? It isn't what we've been asking for. Nope, it's not. I want to know one person that played Wildlands and was like, ooh, this game would be better if it was first person only. Okay, having the first person mod is cool. The first person mod, I know that there was somebody that said this, like, oh my gosh, the community was so hyped when they came out with the first person mod. Maybe that's why they're making first person. The reason we were so hyped about the first person mod is because the game was built from the ground up in third person. So you are seeing, like right now, if it was a first person game first, it would look like this. This is what it would look like all the time. It'd look like Far Cry. See how my gun is static? That's all you see on the screen is my gun. This is why everyone liked the first person mod, because right here, you're seeing all of the third person animations from the first person perspective. Like he'll tap his chest rig, or he'll put his hand up by his face and do all this other things. You see all of those really crisp animations from the first person perspective. If you make a game from the first person perspective, like if you built the game from the ground up for first person, it's gonna look like this. It's gonna look like this. I don't want that. I don't want to play a Ghost Recon game where it's like this. This feels like Far Cry. This feels like Call of Duty. I don't want this. I want like this, the ability to do this whenever I want. That's what I want. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't think anybody wants this. So are they 100% making a new Ghost Recon, or did they scrap all plans? As of right now, it's in active development. We don't have any official information from the devs or Ubisoft. It's all based on leaks. And where turning difficulty up makes them smarter, as Juicy said, turning up difficulty shouldn't equal more hurtier bullets. Agreed. They should get smarter. Bullets should hurt no matter what. I'm all for being it more hardcore, where like 3-4 bullets, you're dead. Like, I'm all for that. I would rather have it be more hardcore. The problem with Breakpoint is that it was rushed. Yeah, they had a deadline that was made from the higher-ups. They had no choice. That was not the developers' fault. That was the people up top that said, we need this game out by this time. Figure it out. It was not the developers' fault. And that is a fact. What camouflage are you using for your gear? This is multicam, just base multicam. Yo, William Barr with the 2... That's a British pounds, if I'm not mistaken. I need to mod my Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Dude, there's some insane mods in Ghost Recon Breakpoint now. Like, I haven't done a whole lot of the modding, the more recent mods, but there are some insane mods in that game that make it really, really cool. If it had to be first person, I would want a button to, like, lower my gun or raise my gun. Yeah, like, so high ready, low ready, that would be cool. I think that would be cool, but like I said, even like this, I don't want this. Like, I don't want this. It'd be cool if Sueño moved his remaining cartel up to Mexico and linked up with separatists from the Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. Dude. See, that's the other thing. They ignore the existing lore. I love the existing lore. I'm a Ghost Recon lore nerd. And the fact that they just ignore it, it's so disappointing. Ubisoft has a history of chasing trends.
In the HQ building.
You're not wrong.
Deploying
I think
drone.
there's only one guy up here in this.
I got another tango.
There's only one there, so we can get rid of him. Button. See, and this is like my favorite, dude. So after it stops raining, you have all the puddles. It's a little overcast. Like, this is the vibe, man. It's a little bit foggy because of the rain. Like, the only other time that's better is when it's actually like raining. It's such a vibe. Like, with the color palette in this game, Breakpoint is just so blah with the color palette. Ghost Recon Frontlines trailer is still up. It isn't like that game. Like, isn't that game canceled? Yeah, the game got canceled. Game's never coming out. Like, never ever. Like, never ever coming out. And that's the thing too, that game got so much backlash for being first person in a battle royale. Why would they make a first person exclusive game after the feedback they got from that? That's just my 2 cents. The only thing I wish Wildlands had was a bigger urban environment. The biomes are urban or smaller on the map.
Yo,
yeah. So, where is it? This one. This is a pretty urban area, this city, but there's nothing there. I would have loved to have seen like some little like checkpoints or bases kind of inside of this, like some headquarters buildings and other things, and where, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is an airport. I think this is an airport right here. And yeah, it is, because there's railroad tracks. I'm pretty sure that's an airport. Having this like overrun by the cartel or even Unidad would have been cool, because it would have gave you
Cartel
a
gunman.
more
Over there, next to
urban
the
environment to kind of explore.
The alarm is disabled.
Oh boy. Oh, there's at least one up in that tower as well.
Okay, we're still all right.
I got a third.
See, we stole the helicopter, so I don't think the helicopter will be there. And if the helicopter's not there, I don't think the guards are there. That's the guy in the tower.
They're gonna make you back up.
I got a third target.
We got a couple of narcos by the stack of tires.
Okay, so there definitely wasn't two in that tower. Otherwise, we would have been made. Let me see here. The only thing I wish, well, let's see, if I feel that if they ever announced new content for Breakpoint, it would indicate that the reel for the next game is imminent, kind of like how they used Operation Oracle to set up Breakpoint. The problem with that is, I think Breakpoint is, when I say Breakpoint is done, they have no one working on Breakpoint, and I don't even think they have access to work on Breakpoint. Like, it got put in the bin. Like, it's done. I miss the old Ghost Recon, like the original PC ones. Yeah, having the ability to control your squad is what a lot of people want as well. So even having in-depth squad controls in the next game would be a huge throwback to the original. Ubisoft is great at making environments look amazing. So they're great at making environments look amazing, and they're great at third-person animations. So Breakpoint's third-person animations were so good. The fact that there's all these rumors around a first-person game and them scrapping all those third-person animations, that just like, that blows my mind. Santa Blanca remix. I think it's up to modders to keep it alive. Yeah, Breakpoint is...
Careful, Sicario sporting a submachine gun by the stack of tires.
Breakpoint, you're not going to see anything from Breakpoint. Like, never. Never, ever. No, there's just...
Here's target number 5.
It's that first-person mod broken. Because you can see my NVGs and all that stuff. So with the first-person mod, it pretty much breaks the binoculars and it breaks the drone. Because of the way the camera works. So...
Eyes on a cartel heavy machine gunner by the camp entrance.
Nobody saw that. I only played Ghost War. Suck at it though, dude. Ghost War and Wildlands was so good. I haven't played it in so long, but it was so much fun back in the day. Let's just say back in the day. I mean, it is back in the day. It came out like fall of 2017. It was 8 years ago. 8 years ago? Yeah.
I got a target carrying submachine guns.
I saw that. That's not good.
I'm shooting these fuckers.
I asked the rebels to... You guys ready? Fire.
Move.
Oh, that's not good.
Get down. He's dead. Down, get down, chopper. Kilo's down.
I'm going for the intel since we're here. Grab the intel. Grab the intel.
Looks like the cartel's keeping high-value prisoners at a place called La Cárcel del Pueblo.
That's up in the hills.
These prisoners are important. They might know something about the people who disappeared. Rally on me.
Roger that.
Come on, boys. Made if they touch Breakpoint, they would break on purpose all the mods. Dude, there was something where they came out with like an anti-cheat update where a lot of people thought they did it to try to break the mods. I don't know if it was true or not that they tried to break the mods or they just inadvertently broke the mods. So a lot of people had to go on Nexus Mods and re-download like the base files and then re-mod everything because they like broke it when they updated the cheat engine or whatever. Or the anti-cheat. Dip off the road here.
Fucking hell!
The gunner on top's toast. Alright, we'll chill here for a sec so I can catch up with chat. I mean, I prefer first-person perspective, but at this point, Ghost Recon is third-person, so like you said, give me a third-person one, but a more tactical game with control over your squad. Agreed. And have the ability to switch between first and third. Then everybody wins. Still active players on Xbox? Oh yeah. I think armor levels of control over your squad would be nice. Would be too much, though? I think going back to the original, where I can tell one person to go here, one person to go there, one person to open fire, one person to hold fire, one person to overwatch, one person to flank, all those kind of controls, I want to be able to micromanage my squad. Because if they die or whatever, I want it to be my fault. Like, if you go back to the original Ghost Recon, there was permadeath. If your character died in Ghost Recon 1, it was your fault, because you were in complete control of all your teammates. That's all I want. I want if in that scenario there, if they die, I want it to be my fault. I don't want it to be the fault of the game's coding that did the AI teammate did a certain thing when I wanted him to do something else. I want it to be my fault. If it's my fault, you can't get frustrated. You just need to get good. Surely they have learned from Breakpoint to just drop the gear level stuff. Oh yeah, that'll never come back. Seeing as Ghost let us do 2 crossovers with Sam Fisher, they would be smart to leverage that for the next game. Let Sam be a handler of the Ghost team. That would be interesting. I don't know if it would make sense for Echelon to be controlling the Ghosts, but that'd be kind of cool. Breakpoint is good now. Not Wildlands good. Breakpoint's really good now with all the mods. If you put all the mods in, it's really good. It should have been Ghost Recon with Wildlands being the first world mission and adding new world missions as we go along the open world. Yeah. Breakpoint with mods is actually good, but Wildlands has a classic feel and pristine. Yeah, if there was a way to import the character movements and gunplay from Breakpoint into this game, it would be a hit. Like, it would be awesome. I kind of like Bowman. Or what if Bowman went rogue and helped El Sueño escape and working together with Bowman's knowledge? Dude, imagine. Game developer here, I'm listening. Who you work for? You work for Ubisoft? Exactly, the permadeath was amazing for your own storytelling. Yeah. Lord 40 Ounce. You're a game developer. Game developer for Ghost Recon? $1847 criminal copyright infringement, 17 US. I don't know what that means. Get him out of here. Yo, guys, if you want to be upset about Ghost Recon's current state or Ghost Recon's future state, talk to him. He said he's a game developer.
Everybody hold up. We got hostiles in the area.
What would be cool? What would be good setting for the next game? I think Asian jungle, something in the Pacific or something. I think that's what's rumored. It's supposed to be like Southeast Asia, is what the rumor is.
We got company. Stay sharp.
According to Tom Henderson, it's like Southeast Asia or some shit. Which I don't know if Ghost Recon's ever been to that part of the world. It would be cool if you had more control over your AI teammates like Arma, but not too much of, course. Having the ability to have a setting, so have in-depth squad control, more like Arma, or have like AI squad control like there is currently. Oh shit, I forgot to put my suppressor back on.
Down. You're giving yourself away.
So unsuppressed, if this guy over here didn't hear it, that's a problem.
Check back before they spot you.
I think he heard it. He was just coming to investigate.
Oh, good. Oh, clear.
I don't have a mortar. I don't have anything. I wouldn't mind the jungles. I think the Ghost Playground, but first person just isn't it. Agreed. People that make the immersion argument too, like... Okay, so first person, like, yeah, you see your gun, you see the eyes of your character, but you're telling me I'm standing, okay, look where I'm standing. In real life, I would be able to see the hand railing to my left. You can't. You cannot mimic a peripheral vision in a first-person game. You can't. Without extending the FOV and making it look like crap. That is the main reason a lot of people enjoy third person. You can actually see your character carrying out all of the all the animations. Not to mention it gives you a more peripheral view, which is more realistic. Like right now, I can completely see to the side of me in my room. I can see everything that's going on to my sides. In a first person game, this is what I see. I just see tunnel vision, which is not immersive.
I'll be damned. The cartel just put up a wall and turned the whole village into a prison.
What's the play?
Same as before. Get inside, find the warden's office, search it for intel on the missing people. There have to be answers behind those walls. Let's move.
Just saying. Just saying. Just thinking out loud here. Ooh, right in the nuts. Alright, where are we? Let's go back down there and grab that intel real quick. Let's say Mexico and U.S. border, heavy cartel Sicario activity and bringing Nomad and his team back. I'm going to age myself here. They need to draw some inspiration from Conflict Desert Storm 1 and 2. Track down the brains, head honcho behind El Sueño. It's all about the gear and the camo. That's the thing, if it's first-person game and your gear don't matter, so... You think the game being first-person isn't going to be as, like, upsetting enough? Character customization doesn't matter in first-person. Miss it? Is it right here? Oh, it's right there.
According to this, we got a weapons case out there that's got something special inside.
Or Thailand would be new. Casting call for the Thai American people. Fortunately, Ubisoft is going to nuke this title coming out with first person. That, my friends, will be the end of Ghost Recon. You're not, dude. It is very possible. Depending on how this game shakes out, it could be the last Ghost Recon if it doesn't do well, which I would hate to see. I would hate to see it. With the intel collection, I would like to be more involved in that, where you're hacking mechanic like Watch Dogs. If it's interrogation, you have to pick your questioning and techniques. That would be cool.
I asked the rebels to send over a vehicle for us.
What do you make about the fact that Ubisoft is kind of divided now and Ghost Recon is not part of the main branch and got funding? They got funding from Tencent. Tencent, one of the highest grossing brands. They wanted Assassin's Creed. I think it was Assassin's Creed, The Division, and something else. I thought it was. I'm okay with it because that means that Ubisoft contains or remains in control. They don't have somebody else telling them what to do, which could be good or bad. I think one of the most important things in the next Ghost Recon will be how the players will feel when the enemies are around. No respect. Not the best. No respect. F. Not the best atmosphere. I don't like that it's not part of the main with Tencent. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if it's good or bad. Are they just experimenting with Ghost Recon? There are real fans of the franchise here? I don't know. There's nothing official. We're just going off of the leaks from Tom Henderson. Which, like I said, the leaks from Tom Henderson saying that it was a first-person game set in Southeast Asia and taking more inspiration from like Call of Duty and Ready or Not, which are two completely different games. Like they have, other than them being first-person, saying the game's gonna be like Call of Duty and Ready or Not, that doesn't make any sense because those games are not alike whatsoever, other than the perspective. So. Wait, weren't we already here? Yeah, we were here earlier. Must be intel I missed.
Back it up, back it up.
Sniper heard me.
I got eyes on a sniper.
That was close.
Go roll. Yeah, we were here earlier. Let's not stick around. Let's just grab the intel and get out. Oh, I gotta interrogate him. Is it E?
Quédate quieto.
Yeah.
Pinche cabrón. You better start talking, asshole.
I'll tell you what I know. Just don't hurt me.
Got a 20 on an SB station. All you have to do is ask.
Told him I wouldn't hurt him. He wasn't conscious for it.
Relax, we stoke it.
What did I do with the truck? Leave it on the road? There it is. Let's see. To that point about third person, they need to do it like Future Soldier where you can't see if you're pinned down. I feel like too many third person games allow for much bigger field division. Yeah, that was the thing. A lot of people were like, well, I don't like the third person camera peeking and all that stuff. And it's like, there's ways around that if they designed it that way. But since it's not a PvP game, like, who cares? Who really cares? They meant they want to bring rules of engagement like Ready or Not for the next Ghost Recon title. Could be. The problem with that being is the Ready or Not's coming to console now. So you lose that, like, part of that console market. Because it took too long. Let's see here. Is that a plane? Let's go steal this plane. That's how please. Let's go back and let's go steal this plane. Bolivians don't say way. I always find it funny with this game. One game is more tactical and the other is a damn rush festival. So yeah, trying to combine two games from opposite ends of the spectrum will be no doubt lead to the end. Yeah, like I said, I feel like in that scenario there, it's like, oh, it's gonna be more like Call of Duty and Ready or Not. It's like, I feel like the only reason they put those two in there is because those were two first-person games. Because they even said in the quote that Tom Henderson made that they were taking inspiration from games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, and Ready or Not. And it's like, the only thing that those three games have in common is that they're first person. That's it. There's nothing else that those games have in common, realistically. Because they, like Call of Duty and Battlefield, are super fast-paced, like Ready or Not's more tactical. So saying that like they're taking inspiration from those just seems weird. So we'll see. I just want a Wildlands Part 2. I agree, man. Games have so much potential. It's all about what Ubisoft will do with it. Taking your truck.
We good? Shit got close for a
That's
second.
the thing, dude. Wouldn't it be cool? I don't know. I said, wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool if, like, I don't know. Like I said earlier, I used the example, like, okay, I'm the creative director of the next Ghost Recon. I'm going to make this game. Would you buy it? And all of you were like, well, hell yeah, I'd buy it. Wouldn't that be something? As if they had, like, a group of, like, really passionate Ghost Recon community members that kind of collaborated on the ideas behind the next game. So, like, I could even see it, like, the title. Next Ghost Recon, a game for the gamers by the gamers, or like a game for the Ghost Recon community by the Ghost Recon community, or something like that. I don't know. I just feel like some of the members of the Ghost Recon community know what the community wants more than the developers do. And that's a problem. That's a big problem. That's like I said, I used the example of, like, you know, Call of Duty is like, oh, we're going to come out with a third-person tactical shooter. The core Call of Duty community would be pissed. Absolutely pissed. Because that's not what Call of Duty is. What did you guys think of the new AC? Was that open world good? New Assassin's Creed. So that's the other thing. I was gonna make a video on this, but I didn't have time to. Like, I had the thumbnail made and I had some editing and stuff done. But did you guys notice that the new Assassin's Creed Shadows was on the new Anvil engine, which is the same engine that Ghost Recon uses? So you can look at Assassin's Creed Shadows and kind of think, that could be what Ghost Recon looks like. Obviously with Ghost Recon assets and Ghost Recon gameplay and stuff like that, but the world and the graphics, that was the same engine. That's the new upgraded Anvil engine, which is the same engine that Ghost Recon uses. So you can kind of see the direction of what Ghost Recon could look like. Would love to see some vehicle customization. Vehicle customization doesn't belong in Ghost Recon. Not to like shit on your idea, I'm just saying, like, vehicle customization really shouldn't be in a Ghost Recon game. It's not a racing game, it's not a car game. It's about the actual gameplay, and the customization of vehicles, just, it doesn't belong in a Ghost Recon game, to be honest.
Yo, we got hostile.
Honestly, I think we can all sit here and say that we are all just a tad hesitant for this game to be in it's not coming out in 2025. I can almost, so back when there was some people over on Twitter, and I think comicbook.com picked it up. I put a tweet, or I put a video out talking about it, and they were like, oh, we're going to see the next Ghost Recon at Summer Games Fest. And I was like, we're not. Like, this person was like, I've heard inside rumors saying that Ghost Recon's going to be shown at Summer Games Fest. Keep your eyes out for June 6th, all this other crap. I'm trying to remember. It was like Mr. Deeds or somebody. I can't remember what his name was on Twitter. And then comicbook.com picked up the article and was like, oh my God, we're going to see Ghost Recon on June 6th. And I literally quote tweeted it and was like, we're not going to see anything on June 6th for Ghost Recon. I would be shocked if we see anything from Ghost Recon in 2025 at all, whether that be an announcement from Ubisoft or trailer, a teaser, or a confirmation that it exists. I can almost guarantee you we're not going to see any of that in 2025. You heard it here first. Developers never listen until there is no more budget to go around. If only you knew. If only you knew. They tried to make a COD killer and got shafted recently. Ubisoft is... Yeah, well, see, that's the thing is X-Defiant had a chance. They just didn't... They just... X-Defiant waited too long to release. If they would have released, I understand that they weren't ready to release yet, but when they had the big open beta, and that was during, I think, Modern Warfare, the new Modern Warfare 2, when everybody hated the game and everybody loved the X-Defiant beta, if they would have been able to release the game right after that beta, it would have survived. Because everybody hated Call of Duty at that time and they were looking for something else to play, and it would have been enough to completely, fully support X-Defiant for years to come. But they missed their date. They missed their launch window, and it killed it. Amen, brother, yes. No, I mean, like, 2020 Ubisoft hands, like, any years, like, new Ubisoft. Yeah, dude, like... But that's the thing is like, you got to think back to, like, Ghost Recon Future Soldier was made by Ubisoft Bucharest, Red Storm, and Ubisoft Paris. Most of the people that made Future Soldier don't work there anymore. I know there are a few. There are a few developers. I can confirm that. There are a few developers that are still there that worked on Future Soldier, but they don't have a say in the game's direction. 99.9% of the developers that make Ghost Recon do not have a say in the game's direction. So, for those of you guys that, like, you know, I always say, don't get mad at the devs. The devs pour their heart and souls into these games, but they don't have control over the direction of the games. It's the brand director, it is the creative director, and the gameplay director. There's like 3 people that have control over what the game is. And then the rest of the developers just have to make what they're told to make. That's how it works. I thought I recognized some assets and gameplay footage. The fact that it is the same engine is interesting. Yeah, that's why, like, for instance, in Assassin's Creed Breakpoint, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, you know how, like, when you go in a bush and the whole outside of the screen, like, vignettes, and it gets dark? That is straight from Assassin's Creed. Like, the stealth mechanics, so, like, you're hidden when you're in a bush, that whole thing is built right out of Anvil from Assassin's Creed. We know what we want because we played the games and know the good bits and the bad bits. Maybe the devs should have chat with us about the next game. It's not the devs that you got to talk to. It's the brand director, it's the creative director, it's the gameplay designer. Those are the people that you need to have a conversation with. They're the ones that have control over the franchise in all reality. I feel like the devs or the Ubisoft guys just do not care about what the gamers want. The devs do. Just so you guys know, the core devs that make the game do. They 100% care what you guys think. They 100% care about what the community wants. And like I said, the creative director and some of those other guys, the higher ups, they do too, to a point. But they also have to answer to the shareholders, and they also have to make a game that they want to make, even if it's not the game that the community wants to make. Like, I don't know how to explain it. In all reality, it's not as simple as we think. If they dropped that shit on Modern Warfare 3's launch, they would have been great for them. Yeah, I'm saying that X-Defiant could have survived. They just launched it too late. Is it 2026 Wildlands? My age is catching up. What do you mean? What do you mean? Could we dream about a situation like Expedition 33? Dude, Expedition 33, that was a Ubisoft developer that was tired of the direction that Ubisoft was going, and he said, screw it, I'm going to go make my own game. And none of the devs at Ubisoft thought it would have succeeded, and then it became one of the highest rated games of all time. Like,
according to this, a journalist
that was
named
something
Vera
else,
has been
man.
investigating the disappearances in San Mateo. She's
devs
caused
from
enough
Ubisoft
trouble
leaving
that the
Ubisoft
cartel's
to make
gonna
their own
her
Ghost Recon
disappear
inspired
next.
game.
We've got her 20. Let's get to her before the
See,
Sicarios
that's the
do.
thing. You got to think about that. So a lot of the guys that made Ground Branch are ex-Ubisoft devs. Ground Branch, I would say, is your Ghost Recon. And there was a few devs that worked on the older Ghost Recon games that work over at the studio that makes Ground Branch. Which, like I said, is shocking because Ground Branch is first person.
That was fucking close.
I'm sorry, but in today's society, I don't trust this in their hands. I really wish they would have sold to someone that would have turned this into something special. The shareholders want to please the masses and stay in line with today's culture, which isn't what we want. We want gritty, boots on the ground, tactical third-person warfare. You're not wrong. See, it's getting dark again.
I got a target carrying submachine guns. We're good. We all in one piece?
That's everybody. All right. Let's see. We grabbed the intel. There's skill point over there, though. I do like Ground Branch. I'm not waiting for it to be complete. Yeah, that's... Wildlands 2, is it coming in 2026? Wildlands 2... Well, I don't know if it'll ever come. We have no idea what the name of the next game is going to be. Whether it's Wildlands 2
I think Santa
or what.
Blanca gives out a lot of these.
I don't know if it's coming in 2026 or coming in 2027. Your guess is as good as mine, to be honest. You're correct. Why won't they just listen to us? How hard could it be? Like I said, when I was like, all right, if I'm the creative director, this is the game I'm going to make, would you guys buy it? I feel like if they would have just made that game, it would have sold. It would have sold. Why put something in the game that's controversial from the start?
Let's ride.
Like a switch to first, you know, that kind of thing. Why? Why start that way? Why do something that you're not sure the community would like? Like, why start off behind the 8 ball? You know? I don't understand. Ghost Recon Wildlands Remastered. Dude, that would sell. Could you imagine if they rebuilt Wildlands, like the map itself, upgraded the graphics, upgraded the engine to like the new engine that's built into Assassin's Creed Shadows, with all of the Breakpoint character mechanics and gunsmith and animations and all that stuff? I'd spend $60, $80 or something on that to play it. Ghost Recon Wildlands, 60 FPS on consoles, and like with Breakpoint mechanics. I play that. I play the crap. I mean, I'm still playing it from 2007 or 2017. 2007.
Good work. The rebels will be damn glad.
I'm still
to get
playing
their
this
hands on
version of
the cargo.
Wildlands. Could you even
Let's head
imagine
out.
if it was
Tell 'em
Breakpoint
where to find
mechanics
the
in
plane
this
later.
with the updated Anvil engine from Assassin's Creed Shadows? Like, huh. To be fair, we sometimes don't know what we want. Yeah, you're not wrong, man. Problem is like, who's right? Who do they listen to? Because, like, for instance, if Operator Drewski was streaming right now and you went over and asked him, what would you want the next Ghost Recon game to be, first person or third person? I guarantee you he'd tell you first person. And his whole community would prefer it to be first person because that's the games they're into. Even though Ghost Recon is not, in my opinion, meant to be a first person shooter. Surprise, mother.
Eyes on a sniper.
Cartel's awarding accommodation to some thug. This knows the location of the metal.
I'll still be excited for a new Ghost Recon, but it won't be seeing me at full price if it's first person. Still play Wildlands myself. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I've seen a number of people say that.
Just spotted one with submachine guns.
That if the next Ghost Recon's first person, they're going to wait for it to be on sale. They're not going to pay full price for it. Give us the option, first or third person shooter. All we're asking for. Is that too much to ask? What is this? Oh, it was a rebel hideout.
We're good to go.
See, I see. I'm hyped for the new Ghost Recons since years now. Don't think they should be a bit behind schedule due to Breakpoint. Considering Breakpoint came out in October of 2019, here we are almost 6 years later, and we still don't even have an official confirmation that the game exists. I feel like that's a problem. I wait for games to be on sale either way. I'm broke. Dude, I feel you, man. I feel you. What time is it? 21, so 9 o'clock at night almost in game. What do we want to do here? Story mission. There's no more intel to really gather. Skill point. Let's go steal another chopper. I like stealing the planes and helicopters, and that's the one thing too, is these little side missions where you got to steal planes and helicopters and attack convoys and stuff to like support the rebels, like your rebel abilities or whatever. It was such a cool mechanic in this game. I think they could have expanded upon it even more and made it even better for Breakpoint, and then they just got rid of it. So if you had to choose what developer to make the next Ghost Recon, what would it be? Coalition. I've said it multiple times before. The devs that make the Gears games, the Gears of War games, I would love to see them have a crack at Ghost Recon.
We got hostiles in the area. Eyes on a cartel lieutenant near the helipad. See?
Sniper out there.
Eyes on a cartel element near the helipad. See? Roger, let me get in position. I need a better position. Target acquired. Good to go. Fuck, engaging. Tango down. All right, breathe easy. All right, we're all clear.
Anything here that I can mark? Doesn't look like it. All right, let's get out of here. I like Breakpoint after they made the changes, remove their Division-inspired game. Yeah, dude, that was such a mistake. I can't believe they did that. We had the Division. We don't need the Division in Breakpoint. I don't know whose call that was, whether it was the creative director or somebody. Whoever made that call shouldn't be allowed to make those calls anymore. I wonder what the last DLC for Breakpoint was actually going to be. Of course, more robots, but like backstory mechanics. No idea. Because they got rid of the whole Transcendence thing, so I don't know what they were actually going to do with like the actual next DLC. I hope those big ass drones won't dominate. Yeah, those drones are not coming back. I feel like the next game will be more grounded. Yes, there might be drones, but like not to the extent of what Breakpoint had. They have to have learned from that. Like, if they didn't learn from that, like, I don't know what to do.
Stealing supply choppers to help cartel.
Alright, let's see. Do I have enough skill points to extra sync shot? Alright, so we got full sync shot ability. Let's do some more ammo capacity, vehicle destruction, stamina. That's all we got for now.
Crushing rebels. I love my job.
Oh, no. Let's keep the Blackhawk. Let's keep the Blackhawk. Blackhawk's good. Bro, the story in Ghost Recon Breakpoint was lame. We need more realistic scenarios. Dude, even like, for instance, if you go back to the story in Wildlands, the Wildlands story was more realistic and more grounded than Breakpoint's. Would love a true successor to Wildlands. Wildlands 2. Like, can I put it up on stream? Let me find it. I put it up as a thumbnail, so for those of you guys that like watch my YouTube video, like you'll know what this is. But boom. Why can't we have that? Why can't we have that? You know, imagine if you saw that on a billboard somewhere or a blog post or somewhere on the internet and was like, holy crap, we're getting Wildlands 2, a direct sequel to the first game with the old operators, El Sueño coming back and a whole plot twist scenario. Like, come on. You know, why can't we have that? Imagine you saw that pop up on your like YouTube feed or something to where it was like official announcement by Ubisoft North America's YouTube channel. And that was the thumbnail. Like, oh, preaching to the choir now, boys. Preaching to the choir. Weaver was killed in Breakpoint. Yeah, but Breakpoint wasn't set until 2025. So, for instance, if they were to do that and they made a direct sequel to Wildlands, Wildlands was set in 2019. Breakpoint was set in 2025. So, Wildlands 2 set in like 2020 or 2021 before Weaver died. Depends on the ending of Wildlands, because there was another, the actual canon ending to Wildlands is not where he dies. It's where they take him in and he turns in all the other drug cartels. And then the whole thing is eventually he would escape and go back and start up a new drug cartel and spend 10 times more on security and everything. That's the canon ending to Wildlands. The one where he dies, where Bowman like takes him out, that's not canon. The canon ending is where he gets captured, and then he turns over all the other cartels that are actually his competition. He escapes and starts up another drug cartel. That's the canon ending. Like, hold on. Hold on. All right, let's there. So I don't know if you guys can hear this or not. Yeah, so like El Sueño, he turns over intel on other cartels. He eventually escapes. Yeah, I'm trying to, yeah. Yeah, they cut him loose after he turns in all the intel or whatever. He goes to Europe. He goes back to El Salvador, creates a new drug cartel, This is the canon ending. Yep, because Peru, the Peruvian exchange, that was the Inca Camina province. That was drugs and stuff coming in from Peru. Yep. This is like the whole point. Yep. So that's the canon ending. That would be the proper like way they could set up Wildlands 2. I think we need another ghost mode for the next game. I feel like that was missing from Breakpoint. Even if it was built into the core game, so like permadeath in the core game would be fucking sick, because then that would kind of go back to the original game. They remastered Far Cry 3. Why not Wildlands as well? Come on. That's the problem though. Is I don't even know like Wildlands is as old as it is. Like I don't know if they could remaster. I don't know. I don't know.
I'll pilot.
Watching you play is giving me the itch to go finish Operation Motherland. I think a cool thing would be if they made a Ghost Recon between Wildlands and Breakpoint where Walker and Nomad fight in Afghanistan. See, that's the problem is I've seen a number of people say that. I don't want that because I know Walker's ending. Walker betrays the ghosts and all that stuff. I don't want to experience that. How they did like his character, I don't like it. Let's go back here. I just want Ghost Recon Wildlands PvP again. Ghost War was really good, man. Maybe in let's see. And from this we got robots. I don't know how they came up with the idea behind Breakpoint, man. I really don't. I really don't. If they ever decided to do a Wildlands 2, it better be third person. Third person, built from the ground up in third person, with a first person toggle. That's all we want. Then you get the best of both worlds. Problem with Breakpoint is that I believe the least amount of people actually understood the full story. Although the storyline of Wildlands was simpler, you could follow the understanding. Let's redeploy so that it's daytime out. You guys can kind of see here where you can like see the characters and stuff through the loading screen. That's because of the reshade mod, by the way. Kind of surprised, like Murad and Jay and Eagle and G and like nobody showed up. Which reshade? It's just a reshade mod for Wildlands. I don't know. I don't know exactly which one it is. I've never played PvP in either Wildlands or Breakpoint. I imagine Wildlands is better. Breakpoint's, yeah, there's like some weird buggy movement mechanics that just makes it so that it's not enjoyable. Yeah, let's just take this big thing here.
Let's go.
Good to go.
The idea behind Breakpoint was during the time where games wanted you to feel like you were progressing, advancing, and everything. Stop the Santa Blanca convoy. Let's go steal another plane. still playing, and then we'll go tackle like one of the missions in the convo. This is one of my newer Ghost Mode characters, so I don't really have any missions done on this character.
Opening fire. He's down.
Excuse me.
Good shooting.
Excuse
Let's
me.
clean up and move on. We'll leave a marker so the rebels can pick up the supplies later.
Just pulling the imaginary e-brake.
Nice move, dumbass. You just hit a civilian.
I didn't mean to hit a civilian. They were in my way. I can't change back to third person while I'm in a vehicle either, so I'm stuck in first person. Come on, lady. It's making me sick. I don't think you're supposed to drive on this road, actually. I think it's a walking path. Let's take a shortcut. Are you playing with permadeath mode? Yeah, this is Ghost mode. I don't know why my chat on my computer is not keeping up. It's only on my phone. I wish more games had permadeath mode, specifically Breakpoint. I like the new Ghost Recon so far. The idea of where you are and what happened to cause the setting seems to be like it would be fun. The final mission in Breakpoint Episode 1 was so lame. Get somewhere, kill a guy, and then the massive unnecessary enemies. That, yeah. Motherland is okay, but not the same as permadeath. Yeah, but you can kind of incorporate it into there, so like you just have to like make it so that if your character dies, you got to start over or something like that. You got balls of steel to do that in Ghost mode. Yeah, but I'm not playing on like super hard difficulty though. I think they should remaster Wildlands, so console players don't suffer the way worse graphics and performance. I feel like if they
Roger that. Moving. Let me get into position.
I got a target carrying submachine guns.
Moving to a good sight line. That's one down.
Don't worry, I'll take care of it, guys. Ready or not, got permadeath mode. Bikes kill in Ghost mode. Cars, yeah, you're safe in cars. It's bikes. You like fall off a bike, you're toast.
Think I can wear this with my Class A uniform?
Yeah, this is actually kind of hard because... Oh, see, now my chat updated. It's so weird.
I got it. I'll fly. We got some homeless people by the fire. I bet $5 to $7 they smell better than Holt.
That's mean. Climb. Climb. We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. Come on, take off.
Shit, the plane's wrecked. We've got to abort.
Oh, man. Plane didn't make it. Plane didn't make it. Let's go over here and grab this intel. How many hours do you have in Wildlands? Thousands. Fall off a bike, get into the Matrix? Yeah. Yeah, I have thousands of hours in Wildlands. I definitely have more hours in Wildlands than I do Breakpoint. Breakpoint, I personally just don't really like Breakpoint, man. Even with the mods and stuff, the world, the enemies, the bases, everything about it just, it's bad. Like, the bases in this game are so good, the way they're laid out and the way they look. All the Skell facilities and the modern slidey doors and everything, I just absolutely, I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Rebels have to be eating shoes for dinner again? Yeah.
We've got enemy activity nearby.
Yeah, I was pulling up as fast as I could.
Yo, Sicario with a
I should have went
submachine gun,
around.
close to the helo.
I should have went around the mountain. I knew it. When I looked and I was pulling back as hard as I could and I knew I wasn't going to clear it, I should have just turned.
You're gonna get made. Hang back. We're good. We're good.
So many times I always know where the enemies are. Oh no, I'm stuck. Right in the throat. Herbert! Any news on the next Ghost Recon game? Other than there's no official information. Oh my lord. I don't think all three of those guys were supposed to be right there.
We got a 20 in the garage where Polito parks his sports car. We snagged
Can I believe
that,
some people
snagged
prefer
his
Breakpoint?
GPS.
It's really a tacky experience
something
compared to
better tells us
Wildlands.
what
With the
he and his
mods, it
girlfriend
definitely
are.
makes it better, but it's still not. Wildlands is better than Breakpoint, but Breakpoint will always have a place in my heart because of it was my second Ghost Recon. Yeah. Something I would really appreciate in the new Ghost Recon are more possible endings or outcomes. Whether you kill a high-ranked target or not, you will have a different storyline. I don't know if they'd be able to do a different storyline like that, but I hate like the whole game over mechanic. So like in this game, if you have a mission where you have to interrogate somebody and you fail, it's just like game over. In reality, that high-value target should escape, and then you have to go find intel to find his new location. That should be the way it works. It shouldn't just be like game over, you get to redo. Wildlands feels more authentic and realistic and lively than Breakpoint, yeah. Have you seen the trailers for My Dang 2 Hearts? No, I don't think so. You've played this way too much? I didn't realize there was 3 guys, like, just... Wait. Is that up here?
You'd think with all their money, the cartel would make a nicer metal.
What else we got here? That's the convoy. El Polito's garage. I guess we go steal El Polito's car.
We've got a location on El Polito's personal car. Steal it, so our techs can analyze the car's GPS for intel.
Let's see. I've been a console gamer for 35 years, but just bought a decent PC. Just got some car, Red Dead Redemption 2 and Wildlands, my 2 favorite PS4 games. Dude, Red Dead Redemption 2, oh, that game is so good. you can play it first and third, and just I can't wait to see what they do with GTA 6 because of how many cool things are in Red Dead Redemption 2. Like GTA 6 is going to be just mind-blowingly monumental. Nomad and Wildlands is nothing like Nomad and Breakpoint. They're two different characters. It's just a different voice actor and different, like there's a whole lot of difference between them. I personally prefer the one from Wildlands. Upcoming tactical shooter from the South Korean studio that was made rules for Ghost Recon Franchise. That's not the one that was like called something else before, was it? Like Project something? I thought I saw something like that. I was playing Wildlands the other night. Man, the Unidad faction has really got me good, yeah. Finally, someone says that those Cyberpunk bases and Breakpoint really just... Dude, they're so bad. All the scale locations in that game are just so bad. Project TH. Okay, yeah. That's they changed it to something, the name. Yeah, that looks super cool.
Over by that stack of tires.
Yeah, Project TH. Yep.
This is the garage. Sound off if you spot Polito's car.
Roger that.
Don't lie, I'm actually getting kind of hungry. I've never eaten on stream though. I thought there was a sniper up here. Is he on the other? No. I haven't ate anything since lunch. Played Wildlands on Xbox
Cartel
One S. You just can't compare the graphics on PC. I like Wildlands on console. Yeah, I played a lot of console Wildlands. Yeah, the first-person mod, it's pretty cool. PC gaming is so much better than console gaming, and Ghost Recon Wildlands is a prime example. The thing is, too, though, is I can almost guarantee you with the next Ghost Recon game, they're targeting the console audience. They're targeting the console audience because there's not, like, the PC audience, like there's Arma and all those other games and stuff like that. Those games, I mean, with Reforger, yeah, Reforger's on console. Ready or Not came to console, which is not a great thing for the next Ghost Recon, in my opinion, but, like, the whole premise behind it. There's another guard.
Got another tango.
Yeah, he's over there.
I got one narco. Over by the crate of comm gear.
Tango number 3.
Where'd he go? We're dipping.
I'm opening fire on these shitheads.
This car is swanky. And there's a bloody condom in the glove box. Make that 2 bloody condoms.
I guess that confirms it's Yuri and Polito's ride.
Even if the condoms come standard, it's a sweet fucking car.
I never could understand the narco thing. You get an expensive whip, put chrome rims on it, then you just drive it around the same dusty towns you were driving around before.
You totally want one of these cars, don't you?
Fancy car, fancy suit, still the same street, so what's the point?
Air conditioning.
What the hell? You just hit a civilian.
I was aiming for the cartel and the Unidad, and I hit the civilian. Whoopsie.
All right, now it's up to Bowman and the activity. They'll check the car's GPS for locations where Yuri and Polito may be hiding out.
Apparently the next Ghost Recon is taking its notes from Ready or Not. Yeah, we'll see. Those NPCs in Breakpoint somehow pissed me off so bad. They just felt super bland. These people staring at you like, take the shot, bro. What do you think about civilians calling the police cartel if they see you? I would be all for that. I would just add some more dynamicness, I don't know if that's a word. More dynamic elements to the game. My stream just crashed? Live chat. There we go. I think I got my chat back up on the PC working. Ubisoft should take the realism Ready or Not, plus the atmosphere of Wildlands, plus the gear system of Arma, plus the mechanics of gunplay, Breakpoint. It will be a top 3 Tom Clancy game. You're not wrong. Would they do it though? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I know exactly where you are and what mission you just did. Hello. Yeah, well, it's the starter region. This is one of my newer Ghost Mode characters, so like I don't have a whole lot done. And the reason I'm using the R5 also, guys,
That
is
car's got an alarm.
in with the first person mod, this is the only one that like your head doesn't clip through the gun. Like if I want to use the Mark 18, but if I use the Mark 18, you'll see what I'm talking about. Is it I? Yeah, so I love the Mark 18. For those of you guys that have followed my channel, you guys know I love the Mark 18. But if I use the Mark 18, wait, what? Maybe it's because I don't have a sight on it. That's probably why. Yeah, see? See how the head clips? You like see the dude's eyeball? Doesn't do that with the other one. Doesn't do it with this one. See, like you can. So that's why I do that. I know exactly. Yeah, it's interesting how they built the map in Wildlands compared to real Bolivia. Yeah, they had to still gamify it. So I think it'd be cool if you dismantling the cartel. It would happen less and less. People start getting more brave and more rebels start patrolling. Yeah. Gonna start another Ghost Mode tonight. Mark 18 is my go-to. Heck yeah, dude. I would never expect Ubisoft to put that much detail into a game for such a niche audience. They'd probably go to arcadey route. I think they fully understand that it needs to be less arcade, more like tilt the needle more towards Arma, more towards Escape from Tarkov. It's just not going to go all the way because you can't have that. That is too niche. Like Escape from Tarkov is too niche for what the Ghost Recon audience would be. But I think a happy medium is kind of what they're going for. I'm a G36 hit carry. Yeah, dude. G36C is really good. Those eyeballs moving. Captain Dookie, what's good, bro? G2 fan, isn't that the like the FAMAS? Operation Watchman in your Ghost Mode world yet? I did on one of my playthroughs. Yes, it was really, really hard. M4 with iron sights. ACR is peak. Yeah, ACR is good. I don't even think I have the ACR on this playthrough. Yeah, I haven't even been to Media Luna yet. We can go get the ACR real quick. The ACR is right. Oops. Right there. So we're gonna, yeah, let's go get the ACR. If you modify the G36 with longer barrel, it's a G36K. The thing, let's see. The thing is, there's an audience for this stuff. Like Tarkov has always had a large player count, so it would be profitable. The problem is, it's not as large of a player count as what Ghost Recon Wildlands sold for like copies. So they don't want to lean too far into that niche. That's the problem. They're scared. The option to go from arcade style gameplay to realistic combat should be an option. I just think they need to lean the needle a little bit more towards realistic. Breakpoint mechanics with wildland environments, perfect. Preaching to the choir now. I agree 100%. Nah, but I like the AKs. Crazy that you remember. Dude, I know like the ACR, the Mark 17, and the M4. Like, I know exactly where those are without even going there. How do you know where it is? LMFAO, that's awesome. It's because it's the ACR. It's one of the best guns in the game. Like, when you put the long barrel on the ACR, it's basically a DMR. And, like, look. So, like, you know how, like, when you go to a region and then you find, like, the lieutenants and the intel and it tells you where stuff's at? See how there's nothing here? There's no markers. There's no nothing. I guarantee you if we go right to this spot, that's where it's at. And I am not...
Bowman, this is Nomad. What have you got on Media Luna?
That problem
Where'd my chopper go? Oh, why
is
would
all
it spawn it
Unidad.
across the
A
river?
thug in uniform calling himself El Comandante is considered top dog out there. He's assisting Santa Blanca with security, especially against the rebels. We have to break up this little romance between Unidad and
Are you
Santa Blanca.
serious?
But since El Comandante always wears a mask, we have no idea who he is.
We'll look into that mystery for you and see
That's
if we
that
can make things
helicopter
uncomfortable
spawn.
for Santa Blanca along the way.
What's the most far shot you got in Wildlands? Does it only show it on this character? Playstyle, average kill distance. Yeah, my longest shot on this current character is 501 meters. So, I have no idea how long my longest shot is, to be honest. Yeah, you have to have somebody hold the enemy once you get out to a certain distance. I usually play on arcade with no HUD. Yeah, I'm not playing it on a hard difficulty right now. I'm just chilling, trying to look at chat and answer you guys and stuff. I don't want to play on a super hard difficulty when I'm doing, like, chat and stuff.
I'll pilot.
Good to see it spawns in the same place for you,
Move
too.
up. I'm on your 6. I'm on. Let's go.
Think there's better gunfight engagements in Wildlands or Breakpoint? Oh, Breakpoint, 100%. Gunplay and Breakpoint is way better than Wildlands.
All good. All
There's too many SAM sites around here, though, so we gotta stay low.
Eyes on a pair of grunts. Near the container. Watch your fire. We don't want to hit any civilians.
Sniper
Roger.
up in the
Let me get
tower.
in position. Let me find a good position. Going hot. We got a grunt all by...
don't
Okay,
see
we're
him.
still good. Over by the docks.
Check it out, weapons case.
Said checking out a weapons case. Jump over. I don't know if I can get to it without him seeing me.
Alguien tiene que ponerse a la cocina, pues. Ya se le quita a uno el antojo. ¿Cómo cree que vaya a acabar esta guerra? ¿Por qué no se reportó allí?
There's like 4 dudes there.
Yo, take cover.
Give me the ACR so we can dip.
Awesome. I could put this to use.
All right, we out.
Acabamos de enviar tropas adicionales justo ahora. Ataquen y destruyan al enemigo. Hemos activado la alarma. Un helicóptero equipado con metralleta viene para acá.
Opening fire.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, spin it up.
Keep your eyes on the road. You just hit a civilian. All ass before that thing blows.
Oh, I might be dead.
Mantengan la búsqueda. El enemigo ha retrocedido. Todas las unidades regresen a su patrullaje normal. Tropas enemigas a la vista. ¡Fuego! ¡Fuego!
Avisamos que los refuerzos ya vienen en camino. Únanse a ellas y destruyan al enemigo.
I was disappointed on unlocking the M16. I used the M16 a lot back after the Predator DLC came out. Dude, Unidad is such a pain in the ass, armored up like that. Yeah. That was coulda, shoulda, woulda been bad there.
Hemos localizado la última posición conocida del enemigo. Pero han
You ever play
desaparecido.
Ghost Mode and try to
Comenzando
parachute
una
into
nueva
the prison
búsqueda ahora
canyon
mismo.
and just hit rock 5 feet below? Base jumping in Ghost Mode is very dangerous.
No hay señales de enemigos por aquí. Continúen la búsqueda.
We got rid of
We're
the
cool,
Unidad.
we're cool.
Los soldados enemigos rompieron contacto y se retiraron.
Hang
Es
back,
hora
they
de
see it.
terminar la búsqueda.
Unidad Verde
Just to get him
approached.
back.
Stay down.
And we out. Civilian saved you in that truck. See, I also like in Wildlands, like, see, I just drove by that patrol. I just drove by that convoy and they didn't even know who I was. In Breakpoint, they instantly know that you're the ghost and they come after you. That's so dumb.
This is it.
Were you hoping for something fancy?
It's El Comandante. I was expecting muscle,
It don't got racing stripes, but it might have muscle under the hood.
I suppose. Proceed with caution.
Pretty sure there's like a checkpoint up here. Unidad cartel checkpoint.
Bowman, this is Nomad. We're in Kawani province. What have you got for us?
Kawani's a major...
This is a rally point. Yeah, it's down. It's right there. Really, the disguise system is so cool. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Your hub for the cartel's smuggling operations. We're talking about a sophisticated network of planes, trains, and cargo trucks carrying upwards
Planes,
of 30
trains, and
tons of powder
automobiles.
across the border. The network is the brainchild of an American national
Oh,
by
yeah,
the
check
name
the
of
ACR.
Boston Reed. Reed's a bush pilot who's been flying for Nydia Flores at El Boquita for years, and eventually...
It's probably my favorite build of the ACR.
How do we get Reed?
That's the tricky part. Reed's cagey as fuck. He stays in hiding
Oh,
most of the time,
yeah.
preferring to work through middlemen. Psych profile says he's clinically paranoid, but I
See,
think
I have to
there's more
switch
to
to
it
the
than
first
that.
person
Like what?
mod
Money transfers that
perspective
don't add
to
up,
be first
message
person.
traffic to
But if I
unknowns
switch
across
to
the border,
first person
flights that don't
from
correspond
third
to cartel
person, the
shipping
head
routines.
clips.
Reed's moving more than powder, and he doesn't want Sueño to know about it. We've been getting reports of cartel activity around the train cemetery for some time now. See what you can find out.
You unlock these missions at the bottom left. Never played these missions.
Nomad, I just uploaded Boston Reed's CIA profile video.
I'm gonna go back to this one just because.
Should help you track him down here in Kawani.
You're talking about Enca Camina? Enca Camina. Yeah, that's from pre-ordering like the gold edition or the collector's edition or whatever of the game. You get access to all the missions in Enca Camina, which is just a bunch of like. We can go there. I kind of want to do ghost mode with a flintlock. Yeah. Yeah, it's basically all it is, like plane crash looting.
Bowman was talking about. Bowman, we're getting close to the Peruvian border, in a province called
Peruvian
Inca
border.
Camina.
A sizable chunk of Santa Blanca's cocaine is coming through unknown routes from Peru. This Peruvian cartel makes their own brand, but they can't distribute for shit, so they sell it to Santa Blanca.
Sounds like an area where we could do some damage.
Dig for intel on the ties between Santa Blanca and the Peruvians. Look for ways to break up that relationship. Your prime target will be a woman named La Cabra. She's Santa Blanca's main negotiator. We take her down, and the deal with the Peruvians goes with her.
Copy that. We'll be in touch.
La Cabra.
Bowman said.
Let's just do a little bit of fast traveling. G would not be happy. El Yeti and Predator were cool. Yeah, El Yeti, I believe. El Yeti, or yeah, the whatever the Yeti mission is or whatever, that's still in the game. The Predator's not. But there's a way you can search for it online that people have like the build of the game back when the Predator mission was in the game. So you can like download that version of the game, and as long as you don't like update the game, you can still play the Predator mission. There's like a way around it. I don't know how to do it. Yeah, you don't have to find all of the things. I'm trying to remember where the El Yeti thing even is, because it's somewhere in this river, isn't it? Hold on, let me, let's do this. Let's redeploy. Let's redeploy when it's daytime out. Use the heat map to find it. Bottom left of the map. Yeah, I know the blood stains. I just, because that's the rock. So I'm assuming, yeah, that's got to be it right there.
I asked Pakatari to send us a vehicle.
I got it. I'll fly.
Go on, I'll be right with you.
Hold on.
You really
Well,
ought
let
to
me
let
get back.
me
Let me get
drive.
back in the helicopter. Let me get back in the helicopter. I'll fly back to the rally point and then I'll put on like the TAC 50 real quick. Portugal, what's up, buddy? Streaming from Michigan in the United States. You don't have it active right now, but the radio is essentially SpongeBob music. Yeah, well, I can't do the radio because the radio will copyright. I'll get a copyright claim because of the music. So I have all the radio and stuff turned off. Pretty sure that's like one of the missions right there.
Seeing wreckage from a small plane over here.
Yeah, wreckage from a small plane.
Drug shipment for Peru. This will
Wait
be
a
the
minute,
route.
where was that
Check it
helicopter?
out.
Hold up.
Engaging tangos.
See ya.
Got 2 birds coming in. Guess Santa Blanca's part of the crash too.
Oh, what up?
Firing. Made.
Their LT's trying to run.
What?
Hold on.
Dude, what in the absolute? There's a sniper on there? Not anymore.
Shot down the helo.
Seeing wreckage from a small plane over here.
Think it's a drug shipment for Peru? This will be the route.
Let's check it out.
Jeez.
Sweep the area for other possible crash sites. Any cargo we find, we destroy.
Good news on the new Ghost Recon? Nah. Unfortunately, no. Wait, I don't have a parachute on this character yet? Ah, there he is. G Money Mozart with the $5 super chat. Ew, Wildlands new, play a real tactical shooter. Oh, this fucking guy. They're supposed to be working. What's good, buddy? Huh. Because doesn't he like spawn up there on that rock? Yeah.
Fuck, sniper.
Soldados vivos. Tienen de plomo esos culeros.
Oh, too low. Ghost Recon Breakpoint is king. I'm gonna get ripped off by this freaking dude.
Sniper.
I knew it. Come on, guys. Come save me.
Thanks.
Can't go down again, though. There you go. I was behind a rock. You guys just saw the end of my ghost mode character. You see that, dude? Sniper from a shot. Killed by Santa Blanca sniper. See what you did, G? It's all your fault. It's all your fault, G. It's all your fault. He says trash. This fucking guy. Oh, man. She's hitting the dono bombs. I don't have the dono bomb thing. Rip ghost mode character. Oh, man. Fucking A. Alright, we'll go back to my other one. Dude, that was bull crap. I was so behind that rock. That was crazy. Yeah, so you need some Dono Bomb celebrations. Who is this guy?
Bowman, we're getting close to the Peruvian border, in a province called Inca Camina.
A sizable chunk of Santa Blanca's...
Well, we're gonna do something real quick, just because my character looks lame. Costumes. Let's go with the Lone Wolf. What is that hair? There.
Cocaine is coming through unknown routes from Peru. This Peruvian
we go.
cartel makes their own brand. But they can't distribute for shit. So they sell it to Santa Blanca.
Sounds like an area where we could do
Sure.
some damage.
Dig for intel on the ties between Santa
Now we're
Blanca
good.
and the Peruvians. Look for ways to break up that relationship.
Will they
Your
shut down
prime target
Wildlands
will be a
servers?
woman
Doesn't
named
matter.
Macabre.
Wildlands you can play
She's
offline,
Santa
so it
Blanca's
doesn't
main
matter.
negotiator. We take her
They
down,
don't look like
and
Steven
the deal with the
Seagal.
Peruvians goes with her.
Copy that. We'll be in touch.
Hans Steiner, we'll have fun the rest of the stream. Bye, everyone. Have a good one. Hey, take care, bud. So do we go back with the second ghost mode character and try to take him out? No, I'll be honest. I feel like that's not a terrible place to like wrap up the stream because it is 9:15. I got to do a couple more things tonight, and then I actually have to be up pretty early tomorrow. Yo, chat, with another G Money Mozart coming in with another $4.99 super chat. My man says, yo, chat, who's your favorite content creator and why is it G Money Mozart? Oh, man. Only if you're gonna do it with a pistol? Do it with a Desert Eagle. Do I have the Desert Eagle? Desert Eagle. The USA Desert Eagle. Okay.
I asked the rebels to send over a vehicle for us.
We got your chopper.
We're going to try to do it with the US Desert Eagle, and then that's probably going to be wrapping up the stream, because I still got to do a couple more things tonight. Because how does A-Squad the GOAT not have a Dono Bomb alert?
Sure are a
the
lot of lights and
Dono
switches up
busy.
here.
Go ahead, I'll catch up. I'm good.
See?
Crank
I
it.
got a Dono Bomb alert. Oh, man. Yo, what up, Snoop? Imagine having to do things and not just play video games. You're at work right now, bro. How are you talking?
Shitballs.
Shitballs. We're gonna try it with a Deagle. I guarantee you I'm gonna die, but... Unless I can break line of sight. If I can break line of sight and sneak around behind him, maybe. I don't think I have a parachute with this guy either, to be honest. Nope, so I gotta land the chopper. I don't have any skill points, I have nothing, so this is
roadway
a...
Bowman was talking about. Hey, seeing wreckage from a small plane over here.
This is a
Think it's
fresh
fresh
character.
shipment from Peru? This would be the route.
Let's check it out. Sweep the area for other possible crash sites. Any cargo we find, we destroy. Got 2 birds coming in. Guess Santa Blanca's part of the crash, too.
I wonder how far you can... Oh, I don't have C4. I was gonna say, I could put a C4 up there, then go down and check the rock, and then blow up the C4. Man donates hundreds of dollars and still doesn't have alerts. I have alerts. When somebody donates, the outside of my webcam lights up. It's cool. Really?
We got a chopper coming in.
Engaging hostiles.
Helo's finished.
Took out the helo.
That's it, we're clear.
Enemy activity nearby. Sniper, get the fuck down. Engaging tangos.
I don't know if that was the helicopter or if that was the sniper.
Fucking hell.
Sniper, get down.
Dude, I'm behind the rock trying to take out the helicopter that's still tracking me, dude. I don't even know what the fuck to do, dude. Santa Blanca sniper from a shot. Fuck that. Whatever. Whatever. Because I had my back turned, the freaking rock didn't render or something. That's stupid. I was in the creek. There wasn't any reason that he could still see me. But with that being said, that's where I'm going to wrap up the stream for tonight, guys. We streamed for what? About 2 hours? Yeah, it was about 2 hours. 2.5 hours? Something like that. I don't know. But, oh my gosh. You shush your mouth. It's a one-shot insta-death, dude, from that. I was trying to kill the Yeti, dude, with a pistol, and then the freaking chopper ruined it. But I appreciate every single one of you guys that tuned in. G with the donations. I'm trying to remember, there was somebody else that donated earlier. I appreciate you guys. But I'll definitely try to stream more often. I always say that when I get done with a stream, and then I never do. Because life happens. We'll see. I'll try to do some more streams. Maybe one of these times when G is streaming, I can maybe jump in and play some with him or something like that. But good to see you. Another stream of yours, A Squad, to go till the next. Yeah, I appreciate it, Snoop. I appreciate it, G. I appreciate all you guys that tuned in. One more time. I'm not doing it on my tier character. I'm not starting a new Ghost character either. So, but yeah, until next time, guys, I really appreciate every single one of you guys tuning in. If I find out any more information on the next Ghost Recon, I will cover it here on the channel, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But until next time, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you. Take it easy, guys.